In this lecture, we are going to look at the intersection of employment law and AI. We are going to focus on laws in the United States. We will start by defining what the EEOC is, as well as Title VII. An important term to commit to memory is adverse impact, so we will define that and look at examples. We will then look at how adverse impact might actually occur in the real world, and finally conclude with assessing applications and employees. So what is the EEOC? In the United States, this is the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. It is a federal agency that was established by the Civil Rights Act of 1964. And another key term here to be familiar with is Title VII. And Title VII refers to a section of the Civil Rights Act. You also need to know the connection with the ADA, or Americans with Disabilities Act. And the EEOC is responsible for administering and enforcing civil rights laws against workplace discrimination. A little bit more about Title VII. Title VII specifically prohibits employment discrimination based on protected characteristics or classes. This is another key term that you should be familiar with, and you should be able to link Title VII with protected characteristics. Examples of protected characteristics under Title VII include race, color, national origin, religion, sex, including pregnancy, sexual orientation, and gender identity, disability, age, for example, protecting individuals aged 40 or older, and genetic information. Another important term is adverse impact, which you may also see as disparate impact. This occurs when policies or procedures result in a negative effect on a protected group. The law under Title VII focuses on outcomes, even if that outcome is unintentional. Examples of adverse impact are a pre-employment test that disadvantages applicants of certain genders or races, performance evaluations that favor outspoken, assertive employees. The idea here is that such a performance evaluation may disadvantage certain cultural backgrounds who may be more introverted or less outspoken. And finally, training that is only available during certain times. The idea here is that certain training options may disadvantage part-time or remote employees. Concerning adverse impact in selection, for selection here, we're thinking about the screening and hiring of employees. So the law applies to all covered employers' employment practices, including, for example, recruitment, monitoring, transfer, and evaluation. Therefore, the law applies to any artificial intelligence or machine learning systems. And the EEOC, in their enforcement of the law, they are focused on selection procedures. For example, procedures that employers use to make employment decisions. And a key question here, possibly for your organization and your legal team, is whether any existing or new procedures demonstrate adverse impact. When it comes to AI and machine learning tools, these may be considered unlawful if they disadvantage a certain employee without providing a reasonable accommodation, if these tools unintentionally screen out individuals with disabilities. Finally, these tools may also violate ADA restrictions if there's something in the system or the process that would be considered a disability-related inquiry. So, for example, during the hiring process, employers are prohibited from inquiring about whether an individual may have a certain disability. In this and the next slide, I want to provide you with some concrete examples of cases that have recently concluded or are working their way through the courts at the time of recording. I don't think you need to know these cases for the exam. Again, the objective here is just to provide you with some real-world concrete ideas to see how these issues are being dealt with in the courts. For Mobley v. Workday, Mobley is alleging that Workday's AI screening tools discriminate on the basis of race, age, and disability, leading to disproportionate rejection of qualified applicants. In Baker v. Sirius XM Radio, Baker is claiming that SiriusXM's AI-powered hiring tool used proxy variables like school and zip code that produced racially biased outcomes against African American applicants. In EEOC v. Workday, and I'm sure I've mispronounced EEOC there, this is a nationwide collective action asserting that Workday's algorithmic scoring system disproportionately screened out older applicants, resulting in age discrimination. And finally, a case that has now been settled concerns CVS Health Corps' video interview tool. This was a class action lawsuit alleging that CVS's use of Effectiva AI video interview tool functioned as an unlawful, quote-unquote, lie detector and failed to meet the Fair Credit Reporting Act, or FCRA, requirements. So what are some key legal issues that are emerging, things that we saw in the recent case studies, and issues to have on your radar moving forward? One is that there are allegations of discrimination based on protected characteristics. There are claims of disparate treatment, which means intentional bias, and disparate impact, which would be unintentional bias, but still nevertheless an unlawful outcome. There is growing scrutiny over whether AI vendors qualify as employment agencies and therefore liable for discriminatory algorithms. This is important because at the time of recording, it is unclear whether a third party that creates and makes available for use a screening tool can be held liable for an organization's deployment of that tool. So who is liable? Is it the vendor? Is it the developer of the model of the system? Is it the organization deploying that system? Or is it both? And in the cases that have been settled so far, courts are reaffirming that the employer is liable for vendor tools. So even if your organization has not developed the tool, if you are simply deploying it, your organization may be liable for disparate treatment or disparate impact. In this lecture, we have looked at the intersection of employment law and AI, specifically looking at the EEOC and law in the United States. For the exam, you need to know that the EEOC is the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. This is a federal agency established by the Civil Rights Act of 1964, and the commission is responsible for administering and enforcing civil rights law against workplace discrimination. You need to remember that Title VII prohibits employment discrimination based on protected characteristics and classes. Adverse impact occurs when policies and procedures result in a negative effect on a protected group. Examples of adverse impact include a pre-employment test that disadvantages applicants of certain genders or races, a performance evaluation that favors outspoken assertive employees, and training that is only available during certain times of the day or the week. Concerning adverse impact in selection, a key question is, do procedures demonstrate adverse impact? And finally, when assessing applications and employees, it needs to be considered whether an employee is being disadvantaged without the provision of a reasonable accommodation, whether a tool is unintentionally screening out individuals with disabilities, and whether there are any disability-related inquiries that may be violating the ADA.